Alright. So, we're gonna go in order of release from the first Jurassic Park all the way to the newest Jurassic World movie, which is Rebirth. Our tiers are pretty self-explanatory, S through F, S being the best, F being the worst. I am gonna talk, this is all my opinion. This is entirely my opinion. So, if you don't like it, suck a cock. I don't know what else to tell you. If you want to, in the chat, for each movie that we talk about, you can put your opinion on it, and we can kind of just talk about it, go back and forth. That way I'm not just talking to myself. So without any more further ado, let's get right into this by talking about the very first movie, Jurassic Park, right here. Jurassic Park. This is not the ranking, but the original Jurassic Park is one of, well, I will bite the bullet right off the bat. Jurassic Park 1 is my all-time favorite movie. It is my favorite film I have ever watched in my entire life. I think out of all of them, it has the tightest script. Mainly because it was based off of the novel Jurassic Park, which I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pull up, in between each, I'm going to pull up the trailer for each movie. Oh, as I talk. Yeah, here we go. So the original Jurassic Park is absolutely one of my favorite movies. It is my favorite movie of all time. For the time it was released, all of the visuals, the CGI look incredible. It's just genuinely so impressive how well it holds up. Like this scene in particular, it looks incredible. The reveal of the Brachiosaurus. The T-Rex looks absolutely insane. It's genuinely such a well-executed film because it knew what it was trying to be. It is a movie about a theme park with dinosaurs and it all falls to shit. It knows exactly what it's trying to be. It doesn't try and be anything more than it should be. It's a very long movie, but the pacing really does kick up once it gets into it. At the start, it has a little bit of that slow burn into it, but all around, it is so incredibly well done. I really don't see a world where this is not the peak of the entire franchise. And for that reason, it's very, very obvious. This is going to the very, very tippy top of S tier. Like, there is no doubt about it. The best of the franchise. The best movie I've ever seen. I just have a absolute massive soft spot for it. And that brings us into Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Let me pull up the trailer. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Dang it. I got an ad. Hold on. One sec. Got an ad. Jurassic Park: The Lost World. I mean, it's good. Oh, dude, the ringtone. Yeah, no, the ringtone from Jurassic Park was so iconic. The Jurassic Park, the Lost World Jurassic Park is certainly one of the movies. I do enjoy it. It was very interesting to have Alan Grant replace as the main character with Jeff Goldblum. But I don't think it's bad. It does bring a lot more depth to a already very deep character with Dr. Ian Malcolm. And it allows for them to use new and creative storytelling techniques. As for the plot, it does get a little bit, or quite a bit bigger than the original Jurassic Park. But the thing about it is I still think it really fits in the universe that it's set in. Because now these dinosaurs, they're all here on Site B, where they were being bred. React to police body cam footage. Trust. Oh my lord. I do love some good police body cam. But with all the dinosaurs on Site B, that's where I was going with that. With all the dinosaurs on Site B, it is very much a very believable. If you do, yes, please do. I will check those out. Just make sure they aren't too super long. But in terms of the plot, Ian Malcolm people going to Site B to do photography, I believe. But then they end up finding out that there's this whole, like, other operation with InGen where they're going to take the dinosaurs and, I don't remember what they're going to do with them. But they're going there and capturing them and taking them and putting them in these cages. And then the big twist is they get the T-Rex, they take it back to San Francisco, it escapes, and you have the whole sequence with the T-Rex in San Francisco. Which that's always a fun section. My biggest problem with The Lost World is it feels really, really weirdly paced. Like, the pacing feels very strange. And it feels like multiple different movies in one. Not the most memorable film in the franchise, but not bad either. I'm feeling a very, very comfortable B tier for Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Next up in the franchise was Jurassic Park 3. And let me tell you what. There it is. God, I got another ad. All of this is going to be edited out in the actual video. Here we go. Jurassic Park 3. I know a lot of people are not huge on Jurassic Park 3. And I mean, I can understand why. I can get it. However, I love this movie so much. It's, I believe, by far the shortest Jurassic movie. Because most of them are over 2 hours. This one is 1 hour and 30. Meaning it's just barely a feature-length film. It almost feels like a TV special. But instead of having Jeff Goldblum or Ian Malcolm as the main character, we go back to having Alan Grant as the main character. And this one also feels like a good growth of the franchise. This is where it starts to feel like, oh, there's now other random island with dinosaurs. Because I believe they go to Isla Sorna on this one, which is Site C? Or is this Site B again? I can't remember. It's one of those. But let's Site B or C. Because they didn't go back to the original island. Not yet. But, it is one of the most fun, Jurassic movies. The pacing is absolutely breakneck fast. Like, it is insanely fast. It's insane how fast this movie goes by. Remember me and my friend Mason were watching it, and it felt like we blinked and the movie was over. It is insanity. But also, I don't feel like it should have been any longer. What it does with the short runtime is very, very good. So, the basic plot of this one is these two parents get Alan Grant to come with them to this island because they were supposed they told him that they needed a tour guide and they paid him a lot of money, but it turns out they were not going for a flyover, not a tour guide. They were doing a flyover of the island and they wanted him there to tell about dinosaurs. Turns out they lied to him. Him and Billy they take it to the island, and then they land and they're looking for their son, which I can't remember his name, but they're looking for their son who was stranded on the island after a parachute or paragliding accident. So the whole movie is them looking. Big twist on this one is it the T-Rex? It's the big guy. This one introduces a Spinosaur, which personally I love the Spinosaurus design. He's super creepy, and very, very intimidating threat. All around, yes, no, Spinosaurus is so sick. This is absolutely his best appearance out of all of them in this movie. All around, I really, really enjoyed Jurassic Park 3. It's not as good as Jurassic Park. Not even close. However, I like it more than Lost World. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in lower A tier. It's closer to Lost World than it is to Jurassic Park. But it's still an A tier. I still think it's a tier higher than The Lost World. Following this is whenever a lot of, or pretty much the biggest shift in the series tone, and that is Jurassic World. Now, this is the first modern Jurassic movie, and by all accounts, it is the best of the modern Jurassic movies. This is actually the last movie on this list that I can talk positively about. From a storytelling perspective, I think that Jurassic World is the strongest of the world movies. It knows exactly what it is. It is a movie. Basically, it is the antithesis of everything that Jurassic Park was. Jurassic Park was this very humble attempt by one man who was too far in over his head and didn't have the right team to pull off what he wanted to. Jurassic World is a business strategy. No, 11 minutes is fine. 11 minutes is alright. Jurassic World is a massive corporate entity that has way too many people for the job. And yet, they still fell into what Ian Malcolm said. They were so focused on whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Now they have the technology to make these dinosaurs. But life finds a way, and playing God never goes well. Unfortunately, playing God isn't a good idea. Alright, I'll put that in there after I'm done with this. So, the thing is, they started playing God, and the whole plot is they made this dinosaur called the Indominus Rex. And the whole thing is, it breaks out. It doesn't know what it is, like the scene that just showed. And now it's basically just killing for sport. It is fantastic. It is a very fun movie. It's stupid as all get out. This is a dumb movie. The Indominus is, wow, really cool. When the series started to go in a weird direction with the artificially made dinosaurs. However, I do still think this is a fun addition. The whole Chris Pratt thing with him being this perfect person and always just creating and being able to fight these dinosaurs and all that, it isn't too bad in this movie. It definitely gets worse throughout the franchise. And I think that later installments with Chris Pratt as Owen Grady almost take him to a superhuman level where it's entirely unbelievable. This one, he feels like an actual Navy person who understands how to deal with a threat of this size. This is actually something I'm going to talk about a little bit later, like what Air just said. Is it just me, or is as the movies went on, dinosaurs' quality looked worse in a way, despite the CGI being better? That's something I'm going to bring up a little bit later on, because that is a big point against one of the later movies in this tier list. So, Jurassic World is a very good movie. It is a very good installment in here. And it's actually my second favorite movie in the franchise. So, I'm putting it at the top of A tier. I really enjoy it. It's a fun watch. It's a turn your brain off movie. There's nothing too deep about it. It's not the first Jurassic Park where it is a absolute slam dunk all through and through. But I think it's fun. It's a good film. And now my praise for the franchise ends. Because next up... Okay. Look, I know you're trying to watch this, but real quick, you're halfway through the video. Just give me like 2 seconds and I'll be out of your way. First off, if you made it this far in the video, obviously you're enjoying it. So please, do be sure to hit that subscribe button right there. It is absolutely free, and you will see all my content from now on. Well, if you want to see the content, then hit the notification bell that's next to it. That's the cool part that makes you notified whenever I upload a video. Now, if you want to catch these live, then go to twitch.tv/JustKingston69. That is twitch.tv/JustKingston69. It also is entirely free to follow me. You'll get notified whenever I'm doing these streams, and it will be tons of fun to have you. Alright, let me get out of your way. I'll press play again. Back to the content. We have a movie that I really don't care for. And that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I think this was whenever the franchise started taking an absolute nosedive. Because it went too far. It went too far with the BS. The bullshit counter went through the fucking roof. And that was a big upset for me. So the whole plot of this movie is the volcano on the main... Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Jurassic World is it was built on the same island, Isla Nublar, as the first park. So, Fallen Kingdom takes place on that same island. The volcano is about to erupt, the big volcano. And now they're going in there to save the species because they don't want them to die. Uh-oh, turns out the people they were working for to help bring the dinosaurs off the island and onto the mainland weren't in their best interest and ended up getting the dinosaurs to auction them off to the militaries around the world to use dinosaurs in combat because, yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense. So the movie is split into two halves, which really could have been their own separate films. You have the first half on the island where they're going around getting the dinosaurs. In the second half, where they are going around back on the mainland in the Lockwood Estate, where they introduce the Indoraptor, which is basically, hey, you remember the Indominus? Yeah, we made it more unrealistic. So it's this military design dinosaur which can track lasers, and you can target people and use a special gun and you point a laser at somebody and pull the trigger and the Indoraptor goes after it. I agree with this, what Arrow just said again. I do think Camp Cretaceous is better than a lot of the later movies. And that's because it doesn't take itself seriously, so it can get away with more insane concepts. But I really don't like this movie because this is whenever Owen Grady's in relationship to the Raptors went from it is a mutual respect between a handler and an animal, and it turned into Blue is Owen's pet. And Blue ended up fighting. Yeah, no, I do agree. Some of the seasons were peak, some weren't. I might do a tier list of the seasons, though. That'd be fun. It went from... Now Blue feels like Owen's pet. And it's really, really upsetting because it took away that cool aspect of this is still a wild animal. Now you're like, oh yeah, Blue's the main character. They're going to help Owen do his fuck shit against the Indoraptor. All around, I really don't like the script of this. Oh, I forgot to mention Clone Girl. Fucking Maisie. I forgot to mention her because she's so nothing. She's literally just a clone of her mother, and for some reason, she is the big sticking point of this movie. And the next movie. I hate her. So basically the whole ending of this one, which I think could have been cool, is... a gas leak opens up in the building because one of the dinosaurs hits a pipe or something. And it's filling with all this toxic smoke. And all the dinosaurs are corralled into the garage. And like this long hallway and stuff. And Maisie is like, pushes the button and lets them all out. And she's like, I'm alive, so should they. Yeah, great kid, you just doomed the population. Good job, I hope you're proud of yourself. As you can tell, I don't like this movie. I think it is absolutely abysmal. And honestly, I never want to watch it again. It took everything I disliked about World. It took everything I disliked about World and made it worse. And did all the things I liked about World worse. So, I'm putting Fallen Kingdom into the D tier. Cannot stand this movie at all. However, there is a movie in this franchise that I dislike even more. There's a movie that somehow is even fucking worse. Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World fucking Dominion. I hate this movie. I'm not even gonna lollygag. I hate this movie. It's going in F tier. Actually, I am putting another tier below F tier that's gonna be called Burn in Hell. And that is where Dominion's going. Dominion is going below fucking F tier. I hate Dominion. I hate this fucking movie. It is the worst movie I have ever watched in my entire life. By far. I could make an entire 3.5 hour video breaking down why this movie is terrible. Why this movie is one of the worst ever made. Genuinely one of the worst Hollywood movies ever made. As you can see, they brought back the original actors. They brought back the original Jurassic Park movie characters because it was supposed to be like the big final movie. Look how well that worked out. And it was like, oh, look at the characters from Jurassic World cross over with the characters from Jurassic Park in this one big mega movie where they're all having to work together. But for some reason, this feels like just a bad Fast and Furious movie with dinosaurs slapped in at the last second. Because for this Jurassic World movie, the dinosaurs do less than nothing. The dinosaurs do literally nothing other than look nice in the background. And half the time, they don't even look nice. The VFX in this movie are atrocious at points. The dinosaurs do look weightless. They move unlike a real animal. It is terrible. This is not only a bad Jurassic franchise movie. This is a bad movie. This is an abomination. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. This is the worst movie I have ever seen. And I never want to talk about it nor see it again. I hate this fucking movie. Jurassic World Dominion sucks actual ass cheeks. It's going in the burn in hell tier. Burn in hell. Whoever wrote this movie, burn in hell. So, moving on to Jurassic World Rebirth. Remember when Dominion was supposed to be the last Jurassic movie? Yeah, look how well that turned out. So Jurassic World Rebirth. This is where I bring in the thing that Air brought up earlier about the VFX looking worse. At points in this movie, I think the dinosaurs look the worst they've ever looked in the entire franchise. A lot of their features feel weightless. They move unbelievably slow. I'd have to research exact moments. But yeah, the movie itself, I don't remember anything of it. And I just watched it like 3 days ago. Nothing in this movie stuck out at all. The big marketing thing is they brought it back to what made the first one so successful. No, they didn't. They're acting like this is such a big return to the form for the franchise. It is not. Not at all. This is not a return to the form in the slightest. Because unlike the first movie that has meaningful plot development, an actual good story, great characters, a very in-depth, well thought out plot, this does not. This has no plot. The characters have no depth. And every single action sequence falls flat. I don't know what else to say about this movie. I genuinely do not know what else to say because there's so little of substance here. I'm probably going to make a full video on one of my other channels, or on my YouTube channels about it. But it's just so nothing. But I will give this movie credit for one thing. One very big thing. The dinosaurs act like animals way more than they have since the first movie. There's little details like the T-Rex in the raft scene, the little girl stuck underneath the raft, and instead of the T-Rex just straight up attacking it right off the bat, you see the T-Rex put its head under the water and look under there, like under the raft, to see if it sees the girl before it attacks the raft. Stuff like that is very, very refreshing to see. However, the mutants in this movie do nothing. The big D-Rex that they were hyping up throughout all of the advertising material shows up for like 15 minutes at the end, does nothing, and then just fucks off. And there's no... This movie has no climax. It has zero climax at all. It is horrendous. It's terrible. And I've run out of things to say about it. So Jurassic World Rebirth is not as bad as Fallen Kingdom. But it's also not good, so it's going in the top of D tier. There's nothing else to it other than dinosaur sometimes do stuff. Scarlett Johansson character. That's all the movie is. And yeah. That's my... So, I'll go through it. S tier is Jurassic Park. A tier is Jurassic World and Jurassic Park 3. B tier is Jurassic Park The Lost World. C tier is nothing. D tier is Jurassic World Rebirth and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. F tier is nothing. And Burn in Hell is Dominion. And yeah, that's my ranking of all of the Jurassic Park / World movies. So, thank you for watching. Oh, right, this is a YouTube video. Hey, YouTube people, if you're watching this, why don't you come see this shit live? It's really fun. So yeah. That's all for this first part. And now we can get into the reactions.